We take you to the nation's capital. Drama in D.C. today. The president's nominee for Director of National Intelligence is now out.
And a Trump tweet that seemed to be adding insult to injury after a Democratic congressman's home was burglarized. Local 10 D.C. Bureau Chief Ross Palumbo is live at the White House now with their one and only report. Ross.
Well, Calvin and Christy, another defeat for the president. Another one of his nominees is forced out. The president speaking about all of this just a few moments ago here at the White House on the South Lawn.
I think he was just treated very badly, very harshly.
The president now speaking out after tweeting, "Our great Republican Congressman John Ratcliffe is being treated very unfairly. I explained to John how miserable it would be for him. John has therefore decided to stay in Congress." The Texas representative was Trump's nominee for Director of National Intelligence, the highest position over U.S. intelligence. Ratcliffe himself tweeting, "I do not wish for a national security and intelligence debate surrounding my confirmation, however untrue, to become a purely political and partisan issue." The truth is, though, both Democrats and Republicans were voicing concern over Ratcliffe's complete lack of intelligence experience and his very thin resume that is wildly embellished, exaggerated, and falsifying his experience prosecuting terrorists. The president praising him just yesterday.
Well, I think he's just outstanding, highly respected by everybody that knows him.
How are you prepared for China to retaliate?
Meanwhile, the president also quiet on possible Chinese retaliation after he announced his new 10% tariff yesterday.
We will be taxing the hell out of China. That's all there is.
The president again falsely claiming,
"You're not paying for those tariffs. China's paying for those tariffs."
But that's not true. Several studies proving the cost will likely be passed on to consumers. Americans will probably see prices go up on everything from clothing to smartphones to TVs to toys. And in the wake of a burglary at Congressman Elijah Cummings' Baltimore home, the president tweeting, "Really bad news. The Baltimore house of Elijah Cummings was robbed. Too bad." It comes after the president called him a brutal bully and called Baltimore a disgusting rat and rodent-infested mess.
The homicide rate in Baltimore is significantly higher than El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala.
Now Trump's former UN ambassador Nikki Haley tweeting, "This is so unnecessary," adding an eye roll.
That was really not meant as a wise guy tweet. I mean, his house was robbed, and it came over the news at a certain moment last night.
Well, you just heard that a few moments ago here on the South Lawn, the president saying that he meant that tweet in all seriousness, that he's concerned for Elijah Cummings, despite the fact that he's been blasting him on Twitter for the last several days. Calvin and Christy, the president right now aboard Air Force One on his way to Bedminster, New Jersey for the weekend.
Okay, our Russ Palumbo live for us. Russ, we'll see you at 11 o'clock. Thanks a lot.